What are we doing today?
We're asking questions.
You came ready. So who wants to go first?
Caitlyn Clark just dropped a short film with Lilly called Back to School with Lilly, and, as expected, the internet lost its mind. It's a 2-minute clip, fun and lighthearted, meant to get kids excited for the school year. Simple, right? But apparently, it's anything but. The reactions, hilarious. I mean, you would have thought Caitlyn announced she's running for president the way people are freaking out. So here's the question. Why does Caitlyn Clark's every move set people off this badly? Is it just that she makes people mad by existing now? Or is there something more to this uproar?
First up, Harlow. Do you have a question for me? Okay, let's hear what you got.
When were you my age?
When was I your age?
What were you like at my age?
I was energetic. I loved being outside and playing with my friends. I played basketball. I played soccer. What's your favorite thing about being 5?
Play sports.
Play sports? What sports do you play?
Gymnastics.
Gymnastics. What can you do in gymnastics?
A handstand.
You can do a handstand? Oh my gosh.
All right, let's break this down. Caitlyn Clark just dropped a back-to-school ad with Lilly, and you'd think she had just single-handedly ruined the entire sport of basketball. It's a quick 2-minute clip, goofy, fun, lighthearted, aimed at kids. Nothing that screams controversy, right? Wrong. The internet's professional complainers have decided this little back-to-school ad is the cause of a full-blown crisis. Honestly, it's wild. If you didn't know better, you'd think Caitlyn had just announced her presidential candidacy or something. Here's the thing, Caitlyn's just being herself. She's popular, she's talented, and she's using that to work with brands. That's literally what athletes do. So why all the noise? Haters are out here acting like Caitlyn is doing something out of line, and it's honestly hilarious. You'd think she just broke some unspoken rule, but no, she's just living her life. What cracks me up is that this 2-minute ad, designed to make kids smile as they head back to school, has turned into a topic that people can't stop arguing about. So, why does Caitlyn's every move set people off so badly?
My vegetables. Do you always eat your vegetables? Be honest.
I actually do. I like vegetables. I'm not even lying. But my mom said the same thing when I was your age, so my favorite vegetable is probably broccoli. You don't like broccoli? Broccoli's good, come on. I promise, they're good, you just have to try.
It's almost like she can't catch a break without triggering a meltdown. Let's get into it. Now, let's talk about the real reason people are flipping out over this. Critics are coming out of the woodwork saying Caitlyn Clark is taking opportunities from other players because she's getting brand deals before winning a championship. Wait, what? The sheer irony here is off the charts. This is the same industry where male athletes have been cashing in on endorsements for years before they've won anything significant. Think about LeBron James. He had sponsorships before he even played a single NBA game.
What do you do to keep yourself energized and alert?
Ooh, I was always tired at your age too. I think because you have so much going on, you have school, sports. I think the best things I do to keep myself healthy are getting the right amount of sleep every single night. I think eating properly, but also drinking a lot of water. That's always...
No one batted an eye then. The second she gets a commercial deal, suddenly everyone's an expert on marketing ethics and what winning actually means in sports. It's as if she's breaking some unwritten rule by simply doing what every top athlete does, taking advantage of her popularity. Here's the kicker. People can't stand that Caitlyn's success didn't follow the rules. She didn't sit around waiting for the old guard to give her permission to succeed. She's a force of nature. And instead of respecting her hustle, these critics are clutching their pearls, crying that she's too visible too soon. But here's the thing. They're missing the point entirely. This isn't about Caitlyn breaking some sacred tradition.
Ooh, I took basketball very seriously. I always thought winning and losing was super important, but I think just having fun, like enjoy playing with your friends, just enjoy it as much as you can. What do you want to be doing at my age?
Being a professional basketball player like you.
Professional basketball player? Maybe you can play for the Fever.
It's about her proving that when you're good enough, the endorsements and opportunities will come. And guess what? Caitlyn's good enough. That's why brands are lining up. So when these critics ask, why her? Why so soon? The answer is simple. Because Caitlyn moves the needle, and that's exactly what marketing is about, capturing attention. Let's take a step back and really look at Caitlyn Clark's journey. This isn't just about a short film or one endorsement deal. This is about the rise of a true star, and her path has been nothing short of explosive. From a rookie who surprised everyone to a second-year phenom, Caitlyn has established herself as one of the most compelling athletes in sports today. But let's not get it twisted. This success didn't happen by accident. She's a game changer, on and off the court. Last year, Caitlyn was everywhere. filling arenas, breaking records, and getting attention for her style of play that was unlike anything we've seen before in the women's game. And now, she's doing the same thing, but with sponsorships and commercial deals that would make any pro athlete jealous. But here's where it gets interesting. There's this narrative floating around, from critics and skeptics, that Caitlyn is just lucky, or overhyped. Have we all forgotten what Caitlyn has done for this sport? The way she lights up crowds, the numbers she's pulling in, both in-game and outside of it. The fact that she's generating more buzz than most established superstars in their primes. People are already seeing her as a household name, and it's only been 2 years in the league. That's unheard of. And yet, instead of recognizing her as the powerhouse she's become, these critics double down on their complaints. They're mad that Caitlyn's success is too fast, too big. But what they're really mad about is that they didn't see it coming. They can't handle how someone who wasn't supposed to be this big is now dominating the space. And instead of accepting it, they're just throwing tantrums. And here's the real kicker. Every time they do, Caitlyn's name gets louder. Every time they criticize her, she trends more. In a way, her haters are giving her more attention than any ad campaign ever could. Now, let's talk about timing, because timing is everything. Caitlyn Clark didn't just arrive at the top of the game, she catapulted there, and her timing couldn't be more perfect. In just 2 years, she's gone from rookie sensation to a bona fide superstar. And what's the result? Critics are losing their minds because Caitlyn didn't follow the old playbook. She didn't wait for approval from the gatekeepers of sports culture, she just broke through. And that's exactly why the backlash is so fierce. Caitlyn didn't take the slow, steady climb. She skipped the line, smashed expectations, and created her own rules. For some people, that's a direct threat. It's wild though when you stop and think about it. People are mad that she's not waiting for her time. Well, guess what? Time doesn't run on their schedule. Caitlyn's been delivering since day one, both on the court and with her endorsement deals. She's selling out arenas, breaking records, drawing crowds, and now she's the face of major brands like Nike and State Farm. But here's the thing critics can't wrap their heads around. They don't control who gets to be the next big thing. Caitlyn's rise is a reminder that the market decides, not tradition, not some unwritten rulebook. And let's not forget the biggest point. Every time Caitlyn gets a deal or drops a new highlight, it gets attention. She's moved beyond being a basketball player to becoming a cultural phenomenon. That doesn't sit well with those who believe success should take longer or that athletes should earn their place over time. But the truth is, Caitlyn didn't need to wait. She's proven she's worthy, and the world is taking notice. It's not her fault the critics didn't expect it, but it's their problem now. Let's dive deeper into why Caitlyn Clark's success isn't just a win for her. It's a game changer for women's basketball as a whole. For years, women's basketball has been fighting for the mainstream attention it deserves. And guess who's leading the charge? Caitlyn Clark. But instead of celebrating how she's putting the sport on the map, the critics are mad. Why? Because she's doing it her way, and it's shaking up the established order. Think about it, Caitlyn didn't wait for someone to tell her when it was her turn. She didn't play by the outdated rules of who gets to be the face of women's sports. She came in, grabbed the spotlight, and made it hers. Now, instead of seeing it as a win for women's basketball, some people are bitter because Caitlyn is doing it her way, fast and loud. It's like they wanted the sport to grow, but on their timeline, slow, steady, and quiet. But Caitlyn, she's proven that women's sports don't need to wait for permission to be popular, powerful, or profitable. She's showing everyone that women's basketball can be just as exciting, just as marketable, and just as mainstream as any men's sport out there. And that's exactly why the critics can't stand it. If Caitlyn weren't creating this massive buzz, would these people even be paying attention? Probably not. But now, they're upset that Caitlyn, in just 2 short years, has brought the kind of attention to women's basketball that other athletes take decades to achieve. Brands are lining up to partner with her, sponsors are flooding in, and she's filling arenas like no one else. So, instead of embracing this change and the growth that Caitlyn's bringing to the sport, the critics are trying to put the brakes on it. They're mad she's in the driver's seat, and they want to control the wheel. The truth is, Caitlyn Clark is helping women's basketball become something it's never been before, mainstream. And the more the critics complain, the more they're proving exactly why Caitlyn's the one who's going to lead the charge. She's not just creating waves in basketball, she's creating a whole new wave of fans. One brand deal, one game, one highlight at a time. At the end of the day, all this backlash boils down to one thing: jealousy. Let's be real for a second. People are mad that Caitlyn Clark has exactly what they want, and she's getting it faster than they ever could have imagined. That's what's really behind the complaints. It's not about marketing ethics or whether she's earned her place. It's about the fact that Caitlyn didn't play by their rules. She didn't wait her turn. She came in, claimed her space, and didn't ask for permission from anyone. That right there is the thing people can't handle. What's even funnier? Caitlyn's reaction, or rather her lack of reaction. She doesn't flinch. While the internet melts down, Caitlyn just keeps moving forward. She doesn't get involved in the drama. She doesn't clap back. Instead, she lets her numbers do the talking. Every tweet, every rant, every complaint just gives her more attention. And that drives her critics crazy. Why? Because nothing drives people crazier than being ignored. And Caitlyn has mastered that. Think about it. If most of these critics were in her shoes, they'd be having meltdowns on Instagram Live, defending themselves at every turn. But Caitlyn, she lets the noise fade, keeps her head down, and focuses on what matters: her game, her career, and her brand. She doesn't need to clap back or explain herself because she knows the more they complain, the more she wins. Her success isn't built on drama. It's built on pure talent, hard work, and, let's be honest, a little bit of "I told you so" as she proves everyone wrong. And let's talk about something else. It's easy to criticize when you're on the sidelines, but Caitlyn's the one out there doing it. She's the one breaking records, drawing crowds, and landing endorsement deals. While her critics are stuck in their "she's overexposed" arguments, Caitlyn's cashing checks and moving on to the next big thing. Her critics can't stand that they can't tear her down no matter how hard they try. The louder they get, the more irrelevant they become, and the more Caitlyn's star continues to rise. So let's be honest, the hate doesn't hurt her, it just makes her stronger. Now, let's talk about Caitlyn Clark's endorsements and why they're such a big deal. Every time Caitlyn's name is attached to a brand, it's like flipping a switch. The product goes viral, the commercial blows up, the social media posts get flooded with engagement. And here's the secret, it's not just about the brand, it's about the attention she commands. Brands know exactly what they're getting when they sign Caitlyn: power, reach, and a fan base that's as loyal as it gets. And guess what? Every time her name is on something, that product trends. Every single time. But here's the funny part. Her critics, they're the ones who keep giving her this power. Think about it. Every time they complain about Caitlyn's endorsements or the commercial she's in, they're giving her more publicity. They're creating more buzz around her, whether they like it or not. It's like they're unwittingly feeding the machine. Every angry tweet, every rant about too much Caitlyn only makes her more of a household name. It's free advertising, and Caitlyn doesn't even have to lift a finger. They're doing the work for her. And let's not pretend brands don't know exactly what they're doing. Look at Lilly, Nike, and State Farm. These companies don't just throw money at anyone. They've seen the numbers, they've seen the hype, and they know Caitlyn brings in the views. She's not just another face in the crowd, she's the face people talk about. The more people talk, the more her deals multiply. That's the power of publicity, and Caitlyn's got it in spades. And here's what's wild. The critics, they'll never admit it, but every time they rage, they're the ones giving Caitlyn even more spotlight. They think they're dragging her down, but in reality, they're lifting her up. It's almost like they're trapped in a cycle of their own making. The louder they scream, the bigger Caitlyn becomes. She's turning the hate into fuel for her fire. And at the end of the day, that's exactly what she wants. Caitlyn doesn't need to say a word. The numbers do the talking for her, and they always will. So let's wrap this up with a dose of reality. Caitlyn Clark's short film, Back to School with Lilly, was nothing more than a playful 2-minute ad. But the way some people have reacted to it, pure comedy. This is what happens when you're as successful as Caitlyn. No matter what you do, someone will find a reason to complain. But here's the thing, no matter how loud the critics get, Caitlyn isn't going anywhere. She's not slowing down, she's not backing off, and she's definitely not apologizing for her success. Every time they hate on her, they're just giving her more attention, more momentum, and more opportunities. The truth is, Caitlyn Clark doesn't need to defend herself. She's too busy winning. She's too busy getting deals, breaking records, and making history. Every time her name pops up in a new commercial or sponsorship, it's not just another paycheck for her. It's another step forward in her journey to changing the game. Her critics keep playing right into her hands. They think they're exposing her, but they're just proving how relevant she really is. They can't stand her, but they can't ignore her either. At the end of the day, Caitlyn isn't just surviving in the spotlight, she's thriving. The more they try to tear her down, the higher she rises. And that's the real beauty of it. Whether they're complaining about her short film, her endorsements, or her every move, Caitlyn Clark is here to stay. The critics can keep raging, but she'll keep cashing in, keep trending, and keep proving them wrong, one victory at a time. And the world will keep watching. So, what's the real takeaway here? Caitlyn Clark has cracked the code. She doesn't need permission to succeed. She's already doing it. The more they complain, the more they push her to the top. It's a cycle that's only going to continue, and as long as Caitlyn stays focused, the haters are just going to keep driving her success forward. And here's the ultimate question. Are the critics helping her more than hurting her? Think about it. Every tweet, every post, every angry reaction is just more free advertising for Caitlyn. So, the next time they complain about her success, remember this. Caitlyn Clark isn't just surviving the backlash, she's thriving because of it, and nothing is going to stop her.